Basic implementation of emotional intelligence. This is what we're going to look at in today's video. Why is it so important and what is it? So the first thing I want to bring to your attention is, let's look at what is emotional intelligence. It's the ability to recognize, understand, manage and influence your emotions as well as others. Now, others could include your children or your child or your spouse, and it's all about how you carry yourself, how you conduct yourself, what you say, how you react and respond. This is what we're going to be looking at today, and this is what emotional intelligence is about: having the insight in terms of understanding how you're feeling and how your feelings and emotions can impact the quality of your relationships, your communication style and your decision making. I'll give you an example. I'm upset, I'm angered about life not going my way. And I'm very frustrated, I'm overstressed. And I now communicate that to my children. I now communicate that to my spouse. Highly likely, I'm going to react even more harsher and harder depending on what they say, because I'm already wound up. Anything can trigger me because I'm feeling very hostile, I'm feeling very sensitive at that moment, because I'm unable to have the intelligence to recognize how I'm feeling and how I can manage my emotions, especially if I'm going through stressful and challenging times. And it's about raising that self-awareness, raising the discipline, and also having the restraint, the self-restraint to restrain yourself when you know your emotions at a particular time is going to cause harm to the relationship. It's going to have negative outcomes and consequences. And the only way that's going to happen is if you don't regulate yourself. If you don't learn to hone and harness your emotions. Either your emotions will use you or you will use the emotions. And if you want the upper hand of using your own emotions, you need to learn how to manage your emotions. Okay, so why does this matter? Why and how can emotional intelligence help you? Because it helps you to improve your overall well-being. It helps you to improve your social interactions and your leadership abilities, because it's all linked to making decisions. It's all linked with your mental health. It's all linked with how you perform in life, in your job, in your relationships. This is why emotional intelligence is so vital for you to take heed of. And I can't stress this enough, because it impacts the quality of every single relationship you have. If you look around in society, one of the saddest things is there are far and few people who know how to regulate their emotions, because we're all in autopilot. We're reacting and responding without thinking, without holding ourselves back. This is what I'm trying to bring to your attention. And when we're doing this, when we are reacting, you don't think it's going to have havoc in our own personal relationships with our spouse, with our children? Because we've not learned these skills. We're going to end up destroying relationships, because now has come a time and day and age where our relationships are being destroyed left, right and center, because we're not able to hone and harness our emotions. The other thing that I want to bring to your attention is about cultivating awareness. Now, how do we cultivate awareness? The thing is, it's about, first of all, recognizing how you're feeling in that particular moment and not reacting to the emotion. Just hold yourself back and really think, okay, if I unleash my emotions at this time, is that going to cause havoc, or is this going to be in my favor? Is by me allowing my emotions to get the best of me, is it going to create a positive outcome? You need to make that decision in that time. And it's about learning how to hold back. And when you're able to do this, you're able to think more clearly. When you're able to restrain yourself, you're able to think more clearly, because of the fact that you're giving yourself time to think, time to calm down, time to really reflect and understand things on a deeper level. And that's how, through time, you will learn to balance your emotions. You will learn how to manage your emotions. And when you're able to do this, you're able to manage your relationships well, your decisions well. So what do we need to do to enhance motivation? Look, at the end of the day, your emotions serve as a purpose for good, or it could be at your detriment. Now, I've said this time and time again, but the whole idea is this. When you are feeling a certain way, a negative emotion, ask yourself, what can I learn from this? What does my creator, for example, want me to learn? What, by me reacting, how is that going to serve this situation for good, to make improvements? These questions can be your motivational drive to improve your relationships and your situation. See, when you start holding yourself back from reacting, you're able to give your life, your relationship, a deeper meaning. Because in today's society, unfortunately, everything's so fast-paced, it's instant. It's not giving us the time to think, to reflect, to actually rein ourselves back in and really think what is going on. And the way to do that is to keep quiet initially. When you keep quiet, you're able to understand and really reflect on the dialogues that are going on up inside here, inside your head. It's all about understanding the internal conflicts that are happening to us inside us, but not allowing it to manifest into our relationship, where it just spills out into chaos of all types of emotions. Don't let your emotions get the best of you. Hold yourself back. This is what I'm saying. You must develop self-awareness, and the way to develop self-awareness is by taking a step back. Understand when you're feeling in that moment heated up, or you're feeling frustrated, don't let it out. Just hold back. Try and understand why you're feeling the way that you're feeling. And even if you think it's that person that's making me feel this way, no, take a step back, because maybe you're coming from a place of the past, of past things that have happened to you, and you're bringing it to the future, to your present situation. You're reacting from your past. But the past is the past. The past is gone. That's it. You deal with your current situation for what it is now. Fresh start, fresh beginning, fresh situation. If you take this approach, it will help you to manage your emotions. So what I'd like to do is just quickly do a quick recap to conclude. And I'll try and be as short as possible with this one. The first thing is to understand your emotions and to regulate your emotional intelligence. And for you to think clearly, you must learn to hold yourself back from each and every single situation. Because when you're able to hold back and not respond, you're able to reflect, and you're able to refine things, you're able to tweak things, and you're able to have better outcomes and results, because you're not always in reactionary mode. And this is a trained thing that you have to do time and time again. And I'm not saying that you'll get it right on the first instance. It will take time. It's a lifelong process of training, of being mindful of your emotions, being mindful of how you come across. Rein yourself back, pull yourself back from the situation. That's the first thing. The second thing is learn to be quiet. Don't talk when your emotions are getting the best of you. Don't talk in that situation, because what you vomit out is not going to be very beneficial, especially if you're feeling highly emotional. You need to understand yourself, and the way to understand yourself is to understand your emotions, and the way to understand your emotions is to take control of your emotions. And how do you do that? Silence. Why am I repeating these things over and over again? So you get the message, because I'm trying to emphasize something here over and over again, because it's a trained conditional response, a reaction that we keep on doing. We keep on reacting according to emotions. And I'm speaking like this on purpose, because I want you to get this emotional intelligence inside your head. I'm not trying to be patronizing here, guys. I'm just trying to emphasize a point right here, because if you do not get this, then it will impact your decisions, it will impact your leadership, it will impact the quality of your relationships and your life, and it will cause you a lot of mental heartache, mental problems such as anxiety, depression. And this is what causes depression, because we are unable to harness and hone our emotions, because we don't take control. 9 out of 10 times it's controlling us. That is the emphasis. That is the conclusion that I want to leave you with.